Hello, welcome again to the YouTube series Papa Lee and the Aliens. I am your host and narrator, Henry Lee Chenault, aka Mystery Answer Man, aka Papa Lee. I ran out of time last episode to finish the entire series, so this episode here is episode 7. It's called Conclusive Proof. I will finish revealing the effects of the antimatter bomb and teach you about the breakup of Pangea. In doing so, I will show you convincing proof beyond the shadow of a doubt that the extinction of the dinosaurs was due to the sons of God detonating an antimatter matter bomb. So let us get started. A little bit of review. Remember, the bomb went off, the volcano, the top of the mountain, top of the extinct volcano blew off, flew over and created the Chicxulub crater in the Yucatan Peninsula. The seismic waves, or the antipodal focusing, occurred where the seismic waves came through. It brought mantle material, liquid mantle material, into the liquid outer core. It then passed through the inner core. It passed through the outer core again, carrying with it material from the inner core into the mantle, and then it erupted here, causing an exit wound, which is now called Challenger Deep. These effects created the viral vortices. It caused the Earth's wobble. It also created the Earth's tilt. That's what we're going to talk about right now. Another effect of the antimatter matter bomb was the tilt of the Earth's axis. We talked about the Earth's wobble being caused by where the Earth will actually wobble on its axis, just like a teetering top. And that was created by the knob in the hole in the outer core of the Earth. The tilt of the Earth is 24 degrees. The Earth actually tilts 24 degrees on its axis, and when it rotates. So, when the exit wound occurred, the location was exactly 180 degrees from the blast site on the opposite side of the world. Remember, I told you that the Chicxulub crater was located 24 degrees from the blast site. Apparently, there was some refraction that occurred when the bomb went off, because the exit wound at Challenger Deep was also 24 degrees off of the equator. I'm going to show you here the Challenger Deep right here. The antimatter blast occurred right here. It's exactly 180 degrees on the opposite side of the Earth. The blast went through the central core and exited out at Challenger Deep, causing a huge exit wound. Challenger Deep was also 24 degrees off of the equator. When the molten mantle in the crust exploded outward into the atmosphere, it caused a reaction much like the recoil of a shotgun. The reaction caused the Earth to tilt on its axis. Can you guess how much? The Earth's axis tilts 24 degrees. You say, whoa, again. On February 27, 2010, a 9-point earthquake occurred in Chile in South America. Scientists have calculated that the Earth's axis moved approximately 3 inches. The antimatter matter blast and subsequent eruption could definitely move the Earth's axis 24 degrees. I mentioned something earlier in the last episode about the viral vortices being created by the knob in the hole effect. The viral vortices are areas of increased and decreased electromagnetic activity at different spots around the globe. The most familiar is the Bermuda Triangle. I know everybody's heard about it. Other spots include the Formosa Triangle in the South China Sea and the South Atlantic anomaly in the Atlantic Ocean. Just to give you an idea, the Bermuda Triangle is located right off the coast of Florida. It's where all the airplanes disappear and ships and everything else. And it's an area of increased electromagnetic activity. Not all the time, just when the knob is over that. As the outer and inner core spin because of the 24-degree tilt of the Earth's axis, the knob and the hole will be at different vortices at different times. The knob will produce an increase in electromagnetism, and the hole will produce a decrease. The United States government has done a lot of research concerning the viral vortices. They are the very same areas where the government has chosen to do their nuclear testing. The government is probably experimenting with antipodal focusing to see if it's a viable weapon by creating volcanic eruptions in enemy countries. Again, I'm going to show you this. Remember now that the Earth is tilted. This area here is going to be an area of increased electromagnetic activity. This one here is going to be a decreased electromagnetic activity. And as it rotates around, it's going to actually rotate on lines called the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. There are two areas that are lines around the globe here that are 24 degrees off of the equator. And that is where the vowel vortices will be found, in that 24 degree line. The government, like I say, these are the vowel vortices. This is the Tropic of Cancer and this Tropic Capricorn. These vowel vortices here are the little dots. The government has chosen to do nuclear testing in all of these areas. And I found that to be pretty interesting. That it's something you never hear about on the news or anything, but the government's been experimenting, trying to find out how they can probably use it as a weapon. So do you feel that I've proven my point about the sons of God detonating the antimatter bomb? I hear some of you saying not quite yet. Well, you're about to learn about the breakup of Pangaea. Then you will have conclusive proof. Everyone should remember that Pangaea was the supercontinent on Earth where the sons of God detonated the antimatter bomb. I'm going to show you the map one more time. This is the continent of Pangaea. It was totally flat. There was no mountain ranges or anything. Remember the tsunamis created by the exit wound rushed across these and killed a lot of dinosaurs while they were just sitting on their nest and hatching little dinosaur eggs. Scientists have recently been having a problem agreeing on the time period that Pangaea started breaking apart. In the past, most agreed that the time was about 200 million BC. Then they changed the time to 100 million BC. Most recently, I've even seen a figure of 75 million BC. Truthfully, the scientists do not know. Here is the answer. Pangaea started breaking up at the moment of the antimatter bomb detonation at the equator, 675 miles north of present-day Haiti. The mid-Atlantic ridge was created and started pushing the halves of the continents in east and west direction. The blast also created all the tectonic plates. The scientists do agree that the first movement of the two halves of Pangaea occurred off the Florida Peninsula. Miami, on the tip of the Florida Peninsula, is 681 miles from Haiti. How strange is that? That is where the antimatter bomb blast occurred. Show you again the tectonic plates. The tectonic plates are formed. This is the mid-Atlantic ridge here going down. The sons of God nearly destroyed Earth. They nearly split the whole planet apart, caused a crack in this crust area here. This crust is anywhere from 2 miles to, with an average of about 27 miles. But when this mid-Atlantic ridge occurred, it started pushing, the lava started flowing outward. And this lava flow is what pushed the continents apart. It's pushed North America here, South America, Africa, and I'm going to show you on the map just how it occurred. I'm going to show you that right now, as a matter of fact. The blast occurred right here on the equator. Experts also say that there's also a bunch of islands here, that there were a bunch of islands in Pangaea. That was the only place where there was a bunch of islands. But anyway, that goes along with my theory about the mining camp of the aliens, anyway, the sons of God. Anyway, the blast occurred. North America started moving up here. Remember, there was no Central America at that time. South America started migrating this way. And I'm going to use this mass right here to represent Central America. Actually, it goes up further like this. Okay. In the meantime, Antarctica moves down. Africa is going to start pushing over. And Europe is going to start pushing over. Now something else is fixing to occur. Right now we have these two that are just splitting apart. Again, the lava flow is pushing them apart. But there's something going to happen right over here. Remember, we have the exit wound. Another strange movement occurred on the opposite side of the world. This movement involved the present-day land masses of Asia, Australia, and India. No one in the scientific community has ever explained why those land masses moved as much as 10 inches per year to their present resting places today. I have the answer. The answer lies in the cavity created by the expulsion of the molten mantle in the crust in the atmosphere. The cavity acted like a giant sinkhole. All of this crust started rushing in to fill the void created. It was analogous to the topsoil shifting and filling in a limestone sinkhole. I'm going to show you a little drawing here. We have this hole created by the exit wound. Remember, all this mantle and crust went out. You have your crust here. Well, what's going to happen, the first thing that's going to happen is that this crust is going to start moving, and it's going to start trying to fill in this cavity here. Down in Florida, they have these sinkholes that occur all the time where all of a sudden it just washes out because of the limestone there. And what happens is in the topsoil starts shifting in and it has to fill it in that way. Well, this is what was going on here. When that happened, Australia started moving 10 inches per year is what they estimate. India started moving up this way. Asia started being pulled in this direction. So that you have Asia being pulled down here, you have India being pulled up here, collides with that and forms the Himalayas, and then Australia moves over to its position. This was all because of the Challenger Deep, all because of the exit wound created. This hole was 2,000 miles wide. If you want to think about in terms, it would be the size of Texas and New Mexico, with a hole about 10 miles deep. So if you take a chunk out of Texas and New Mexico and get rid of it, you're going to have a gigantic hole there, and you're going to see a lot of movement and shifting. We see a lot of movement and shifting right now just because of the gas wells that are being formed and the little earthquakes that are occurring. So anyway, that's how these continents moved over here. No one's ever explained why they did, but this is the reason why. There was a huge exit wound here. Remember, this exit wound also caused the 10% increase in gravity, and it also caused the Earth to be more spherical in nature. The most conclusive proof of the sons of God, the antimatter matter bomb, far beyond a shadow of a doubt, lies in the converging tectonic lines and the diverging tectonic lines at both Challenger Deep and the site of the antimatter blast, respectively. I believe that these two areas, one a divergent point and one a convergent point, proves the presence of a bomb blast and an exit wound on the equator of Pangaea and at Challenger Deep, respectively, 65 million years ago. There are no other converging and diverging vectors in existence in the world. This is one of the main things when I discovered this. It just kind of fell in my lap. I'm going to show you, these are vector lines from how the crust of the Earth is moving. This is what we call a divergent vector line. You have arrows that are pointing this way, arrows that are pointing this way, and arrows pointing this way. This is where the antimatter bomb was set off, and this is where the blast occurred. This is where the top of the extinct volcano blew off. On the opposite side of the world, 180 degrees, completely opposite, you have what we call diverging vector lines. These are where the vector lines are actually coming together. And that's because of the hole that was created by the exit wound. All of this crust started rushing in. Well, these arrows are still going in that direction. You can see these arrows going here, these arrows going here, these arrows going here. And that's all to fill in that void that was created by the exit wound. If you look at a map of the tectonic plates of the world, you'll find that the Caribbean plate was formed by the impact of the top of the extinct volcano being blown off. I believe the three-point junction at the North American plate, the African plate, and the South American plate is the original site of the antimatter matter bomb detonation. Remember that the original site will move with the crust of the Earth when the continents move apart as a result of the flow of lava from the mid-Atlantic ridge. The Filipino plate in the Pacific Ocean is the site of the exit wound, the Challenger Deep, the deepest point on Earth. One must remember that it took the experts over 20 years of debate to agree that the Chicxulub crater meteorite was the cause of the dinosaur extinction. A large number of scientists still doubt that theory. I believe that my answer is the most inclusive fact out there. Here is why. Remember the Hopi legend. After the old world cooled off, Sotuknang created a new world which had completely different physical characteristics. Change in the Earth, change in gravity, created the Earth's wobble, created the Earth's tilt, vile vortices, the mid-Atlantic ridge was formed, Challenger Deep was formed, the Ring of Fire, the breakup of Pangaea, the Earth's hum, and tectonic plates. Thus, human beings, the loyal reptilian humanoid Agigi, emerged into the second world, Topeka. The new world, Topeka, would have different physical characteristics from the old world, Topela. The new world would spring forth with different animal life. Mammals would become the dominant species. Man would evolve from primates. Plant life would also be different. Gone would be the tall leafy ferns that inhabited the earth while dinosaurs roamed. Their soft, weak stems and branches could not support their weight with the increase in gravity. The new plants would evolve. Plants with woody trunks and branches would grow around the world. What caused these changes? Was it a meteorite? I don't think so. I know that I received the answers from my encounter of the fifth kind. So in summary, why did the dinosaurs go extinct? Remember that the Hopi legend stated that the world was destroyed to eliminate the rebellious Agigi. The extinction of the dinosaurs was just icing on the cake. Here is the complete answer. The dinosaurs went extinct because of the Sons of God's detonation of an antimatter matter bomb that caused trauma from flying rocks incurred from the volcano eruption, from the fires, from inhaling volcanic ash, from the tsunamis, from the increasing gravity, from the loss of vegetation from the nuclear winter that occurred, from disease, and from being cannibalized by the reptile carnivores. Well, there you have it. That's my theory of the extinction of the dinosaurs. It's one that I believe in 100%. I think it explains everything that's going on in the world so far as the movement of the continents, the breakup of Pangea, the viral vortices. It provides an answer for everything that the scientists have not been able to provide answers for any of it. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. The next episode is titled Where Did They Go? We're going to talk about where the sons of God now reside, where the Greys reside. You're going to see some interesting things about their mining routes. So anyway, I'm going to say good night. Papa Lee signing off. The Lord is my shepherd. Bye.